Hello, Capricorn. So here is your reading for about the next few months, the next 3 months-ish. Just a general reading. These are going to cover the main energies, maybe like some of the main energies that you're going to be dealing with. But remember, these are general, so take what works, and what doesn't work just doesn't work. But let's see what the cards have to say for you. So first up, you have the Queen of Cups, then you have the King of Swords, then you have the Two of Pentacles. Your challenge for the few months is the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. And what is recommended for you is the Nine of Wands. I feel like you guys have been either healing from something or you've been nurturing something. Now, this could be you nurturing some type of business or those around you, but I feel like this very healing and kind of like nurturing energy, almost so much where you're moving forward towards something else. There might have been a situation where you went through a little bit of a rough time and you had to really look within you, within yourself, and try to figure certain things out. Because the Queen of Cups, she's very nurturing. She's very in touch with her emotions, and she's able to help others with their emotions. But I kind of feel like with this might have been some type of self-healing for yourself. You might have went through some difficulties, and maybe it kind of brought up a lot of this type of need to either do some type of shadow work, try to figure out why you react to certain things the way you react to, or just to try to heal from certain situations in the past. So I really feel like this is extremely positive. Now, moving through the few months, I think you're going to be getting into this King of Swords energy where I kind of feel like for some of you, you might be seeking out, maybe there's an expert or there's somebody that could help you, or you might be in this zone or this mental space of really trying to, I don't want to say be less emotional, but come at things a little bit more logically, come at things a little bit more with the truth and the facts. Maybe you're seeking out some information that you think could help you. So you might be going to speak to, let's say, a lawyer or maybe a doctor or somebody who might be a professional or have a lot of knowledge within a certain area that you're interested in or you have questions about. But this could also be your energy, your as far as being more logical, kind of not even getting swept away in some of the BS. Like sometimes I think we get a little bit carried away with other people's lives or our own emotions, and we take on more than what really is ours emotionally. So, but I think this is you with this King of Swords energy, almost like being like, you know what, if this doesn't belong to me, maybe I'm not going to really engage in it or pay it too much mind or just deal with it in a sense. Or it could be like, if it comes to you, you're going to be like, well, let me look at the facts, let me look at this logically, and let me think it through. And then by the end of the few months, you're going to be in this Two of Pentacles energy, which is you kind of juggling. The Two of Pentacles, to me, I see it as a very positive card for that because you're managing multiple aspects of your life. This could be a career, side hustle, family, hobbies, whatever it represents to you. You're juggling multiple aspects. And I wonder for some of you if you're able to do that because you got some kind of advice or guidance, or you went to seek out more knowledge in an area and try to make something a little bit more streamlined or a little bit more efficient. But you're going to be kind of in this energy of trying to handle your business effectively. The warning with this card is always you're almost like one step away from dropping the ball, though. So it's almost like kind of like a constant, like, okay, I have to do this today, and then maybe later I got to do this. And so you're almost kind of one step away from dropping that ball. But I definitely think this is really, really positive. But your challenge for the few months with this Queen of Pentacles in reverse, your challenge is not to drop the ball, basically. In the upright position, she makes it look so easy. She's able to kind of handle all her responsibilities as far as work and the home and anything. She's able to really, really handle it very easily. Just, it seems flawless. Like there's no problems. In the reverse, this could indicate that you might need to spend time for self-care a little bit more, or you're just not really handling your responsibilities as easily or effectively as you could. And it's not always easy. Sometimes, this does happen. It's not easy to handle everything, to juggle multiple aspects of our lives and have everything get equal attention. So that is definitely your challenge. But what's recommended for you is the Nine of Wands. And this is just saying, hang in there, basically. The Nine of Wands, it's a figure, he's worn out. He's kind of, after he's fought all these things and after he's kind of done what he needed to do, and he's tired, but he's still standing. He's still dedicated, but the guy's worn out. So I think this is just saying that you're almost to the end, or whatever this is. There might be a time where you can kind of relax coming in the future, but you just need to kind of hang in there, remind yourself why you're doing what you're doing, and just kind of proceed forward. But always see with the King of Swords if there's might be a little bit of a better way to do something, because he's very logical. So you might have to also analyze if certain things are not necessary or not worth your time. You might have to reassess those situations, because I feel like he is that kind of logical energy where he's like, okay, and he's very fair too. So I think if there's something that's not quite worth your time, especially because I feel like you have a lot on your plate right now, you might have to cut some areas out or reassess certain situations. So let's see what else the cards say for you. So first up, you have Crow Spirit, co-create with Spirit. And I think this is saying that you just need to kind of put your intentions out there, but also be willing to kind of receive knowledge. Sometimes I feel like with the King of Swords, I feel like this is some type of knowledge. This is learning or some type of expertise that is being offered to you or available to you. So sometimes I think with the co-create with Spirit, it's just like you're putting your intention out there. You're stating what you need to find out, or what you want in life, or whatever the situation is, what you need. And I think sometimes you need to be now receptive. Once you do that, you need to be receptive that you will find the answer. Somehow Spirit, your spirit guides, your angels, whoever, your ancestors, whoever you deal with is going to give you or provide you that answer in some kind of way. Now, obviously, they just don't appear and be like, okay, Johnny, you got to go to the left over here. You got to go this way. They're not going to be like that. But sometimes I feel like these answers come to in random ways. You might be facing a problem, or you might be kind of stumped on something or have a block. And then all of a sudden, in your recommendations, you feel this, a YouTube video is recommended for you. And it could just be a random video sometimes, but you just feel like, okay, I just kind of want to watch this for whatever reason. You have this kind of desire or whatever, and it might actually have the answer. That happens to me a lot. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, I have this idea or something, or I feel like I'm being directed a little bit on a better path forward, or if I have a problem, all of a sudden something comes to me, or I see something and it helps me figure something out. So I think this is saying that you definitely have help out there with this King of Swords, and I think you'll be finding it, and this will be helping you either get a little bit more organized or help direct you into a little bit better path with whatever this represents for you. But you just need to be willing to receive any intuition or any advice or guidance, obviously from your spirit guides or whoever you deal with. So just be on the lookout for that. Now, I can't say this word. I don't know what this word here. Remember your worth. And I think through this, I feel like with the Queen of Cups, to me, she's kind of that deep healing type of energy. She's very good at helping others as well. But I feel that she's good at helping others because she really had to help herself first. And she really had to come do this very self-reflective phase, or, really have a very deep understanding of herself. I think this is you saying that through this, you just need to always remember your own worth, because I think sometimes we get kind of shuffled around, especially if you're helping somebody else. If this represents you really helping somebody else, sometimes you kind of wind up forgetting about yourself within that. So I think you just always have to kind of remember that you deserve something and you're capable of it, because I feel like also this is a little bit heavy energy here. So don't just put yourself to the side because you're focusing on all this other stuff. Like, remember that you need to put some time to yourself as well, because I definitely think by the end of the few months you're going to be kind of in this busy phase. And Ocean Jasper, schedule yourself in. And I think this is extremely important here, because I just really think you're going to be getting very busy. And some of you, this could be the start of like a new business, or even a new job, or a new hobby, or something that you have a lot of commitment to. And you need to really, it sucks up a lot of your time. This could even represent if you have kids, if you live in an area where spring, summer is kind of coming on through. Maybe the kids have a lot of activities that you need to now take them to. You're kind of running them to all these different activities, and you just need to be, you're a little bit spread thin with all your responsibilities. So I think this is just reminding you that also remember, remember your worth, schedule yourself in as well as you help everybody else around you. Next, you have the Phoenix, new phase, rekindle, renew, transform, growth, change, mind. So I think this might be a new phase for some of you, because I definitely feel like you're coming off of this kind of this healing energy, or this nurturing energy. And I definitely think with the King of Swords being right there, I feel like you're experiencing some type of change, and it's kicking off this whole kind of new, a lot of activity going for you. So that's really, really good. And the change could represent that, summertime, depending on where you live, or this time of year, however, that there might be more responsibilities that you have to do as well. So, and that would represent the new phase. Like, for instance, like for me, like I'm going to have to start cutting my grass again. I'm going to have to start taking care of the outside. I have to start planting plants and all this stuff. So I'm coming off of the winter seasons, and now we're in spring, and then it's going to be summer. And I have now this new phase of housework and new phase of my life. I plan on going camping this year with the dog. So I'm kind of setting everything up for that, to kind of get all my camping stuff ready, and figure out when I'm going to start doing that. And I'm going hiking. I'm doing all this stuff with the dog this year, and with some coworkers and friends and everything. But so it's going to start getting busier as things go for me. And it could be also that for some of you, this could represent a new business or project that you're starting, a new hobby, a new venture, whatever it is, or even just the fact that you're going to be busy. You have a lot of things or activities happening, and you're kind of now entering that phase of it. Now, Sword and the Rose. The Sword and Rose, I should say. Clarity, truth, revelation, solidarity, force, honor, protection, power. And I really feel with this King of Swords, this is some type of clarity as well. So some of you might have been really, I don't want to say emotional lately, but you might be really in that kind of the feels energy. And I think for whatever reason, you might be now transitioning a little bit from that into this clarity, this more kind of logic thinking for whatever this is. It could just be that you have to now go into that, because let's say if you have certain responsibilities where you have to delegate or you have to figure things out, then naturally you have to be the one to be in that phase. So even let's say with the kids situation, if you have children, you have to take them to all the sports and everything. Now that's not really like an emotional thing. Now you have to make sure they have their equipment, that they have the snacks, whatever they have to bring, that their uniforms or whatever are clean. You might have to drive them to whatever meet they're having to go. So then that's like not really like an emotional thing. It's more like, okay, well, we have this, we're playing this team on this day at this time. We need to get there, I don't know, maybe 45 minutes early. We have to account for traffic. We need to leave the house. We need to make sure they have all their stuff. And it's going to go from this time to this time. And maybe you have another child that has to go to something else during that time. So now it's more of this like logic planning phase here. So And you have soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. And I feel like this could represent love too, but I think that whatever this is, I think you're going to be good at it. I think you're very good at it. I just think because with the Two of Pentacles here, this guy's very, very good at what he's doing. But because you have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, this is just indicating that you always want to try to maintain a healthy balance. It's not perfect all the time. Sometimes we get out of balance and then eventually we can get back into balance. So you might be experiencing a little bit of an out of balance situation where now you're spending so much time or having to delegate or allocate so much time to certain activities or certain things. And that's natural. You know, we none of us live a perfect life all the time. It's absolutely impossible. But I think this is saying that you actually are very good at it and you're very capable with it. And if you kind of come up against some struggles or anything, that you just need to kind of realize that you're doing a good job. I kind of feel like this is saying that you're kind of doing a good job, that you're partnered well with whatever you're doing with your responsibilities and how you're dealing with them. I think you're doing very well. So I kind of feel like that's what this card is telling you. Now for your little positive quote, we have try to be a rainbow in somebody's cloud or someone's cloud. So I feel like that's really going with the Queen of Cups, because for some of you, you might be kind of emotionally nurturing someone else. And I think that's really, really nice. I think this really deep healing feeling, maybe you had to heal from something yourself and maybe someone around you is kind of going through something a little bit, or you're able to help them. And I think that's really positive. And sometimes if you're feeling a little down, if you're a rainbow for somebody else, then you kind of become a rainbow for yourself as well, because it actually might make you feel a little bit better. And then next up we have, today I am powerful. Today my potential to succeed and conquer challenges is limitless. And I think this is really extremely positive and really fitting, because I think you guys are going to be busy and I think you guys might get a little tired, but you just need to hang in there and just keep telling yourself, I can do this. I got this. And then for your little Bob Ross quote, you have, however you think it should be, that's exactly how it should be. So I definitely think this is just saying that if you feel like you can't manage all this, then you're not going to be able to manage it. If you feel like, okay, it's a lot, but I can do it, then you're going to be able to do it. So it's just all about your perspective and the way you're thinking about it. Now let's see what little spirit of the dish shall be with you these few months. You have the spirit of the night of drinks, which is the spirit of the whiskey. Okay, so now for your dinner and movies, we have horror movies and American food. And for the energies that you either need to tap into or be aware of, you have a Gemini, which is all about communications and thought processes. But it's interesting because they are kind of a very dual sign for me. It's kind of that devil's advocate, but it's also about like kind of, I don't want to say push and pull, give and take, but it's kind of like, because it has those two, I see them as kind of, I don't want to say, obviously they're supposed to be twins, but it's duality in a sense. So you also have this duality here with this Two of Pentacles. So I think you are having a lot of aspects in your life going on at the same time. And you also have Aquarius, and this is all about independence and eccentricity. They're also very, I don't want to say revolutionary sign, but they're kind of, I don't want to say rebellious. They do things their own way. So I think this might be saying, however you're doing it, you just kind of have to do it your own way. You might not do it like somebody else, but that's okay. You could probably come at this a little bit differently and have a very good success, or helps you manage this much better. Now you have Uranus, which is about independence and eccentricity as well. And then you also have Neptune, which is about vision, creativity, and illusion. So I feel like some of this you might have to kind of be aware of putting illusions up, or if there's some type of illusions, or you have to come at this a little bit more creativity, or just embrace your creativity. You also have the first house here, which is about appearance, egos, interest, and the self. And you have the seventh house, which represents partnerships, marriage, friendships, and legal proceedings. And you have the number 5 here, which is an odd number, and that means the special guest that will be answering your question today, Capricorns, will be the Magic 8 Ball. Think of those questions. He'll be out here shortly. So you have V, L, M H 0640. And you have trust. And I think this is you just having to trust yourself and just trust that you're going to figure this out. For your little Charmy, oh, you have Rudolph. So this is to me is saying that, so, you know, like when he flies around, he can't see anything. So his nose starts to light up and it helps him kind of fly around. So basically, I think this is saying that if you're not sure how you're going to manage this, just focus on the few steps ahead of you. Maybe there's some type of light or information that could help, light up the few steps ahead of you, and just go in that direction, or just go forward that way. And then as you move, then just focus on the next few steps, because I feel like this is saying that you're going to be able, and he's also able to maneuver in all different kind of ways. Like he could walk on the ground and then he could fly in the air, and he could fly like all different ways. He's almost like a fish, like a land fish in a way. But I think this is saying you just have to be maneuverable, but you also have to be fun, because Rudolph is kind of fun. You know, he's just Christmas. He's kind of fun. You know, all the other reindeers like didn't let him play reindeer games or whatever. They were mean to him. So if somebody's being mean to you, but I think also Rudolph could be going with the Queen of Cups here, because Rudolph had to heal from that. And then eventually he gained that respect. So maybe some of you with the King of Swords here, Jesse's growling now. With the King of Swords here, I feel like the King of Swords has a level of respect that like his knowledge and his expertise has given him. So for some of you, you might have had to go through something very emotionally healing. And it's Jesse's agreeing too. He's growling again. He's trying to sleep, and I think I keep waking him up. Anyway, he also growls at the deer. I think it might be because Rudolph is a deer. He doesn't growl when we go on walks, but if they're on the property, yeah, he's growling again. He doesn't like the deer on the property. He gets really offended and upset if they're on the property. Like if they're somewhere else, he doesn't mind. He ignores them, but he always looks so shocked if he sees them in the backyard or something. He's like, what is this thing? I'm like, listen, Jesse, it's okay. They're not bothering you. Anyway, but this could be something that now you're being looked towards, because at one point, Rudolph, you know, he was like not really looked as a leader. He wasn't really looked up to as a leader. He was looked up to as being a little different, maybe a little eccentric with this Aquarius energy here. But because he was dedicated and because he was able to stand out in his own ways from his own accomplishments, now he was gaining the respect that he finally deserved, right? And that the fact that like he had the light nose or whatever, the flashlight for a nose. That's what I get for Rudolph. Anyway, but this could also mean that you got to be a little playful. And some of you might love Christmas. Like I love Halloween, so Halloween makes me so happy. So if you just are a person that loves Christmas, just like, I don't know, you got to just be in that energy, whatever makes you happy. Like, it's funny because my house is all Halloween, but the neighbor behind me, I think she's Christmas, because when I walk the dog, I see like all this Christmas stuff all year round in her window. Like she has like this little window where she has like decorations and stuff that you could see. And it's so adorable. And I love it because like I'm all Halloween over here, but just like a few feet away, there's maybe all Christmas inside her house. But I just like love the duality of that. And I think that's great. You got to just go with what makes you happy. We're here once. None of us are getting any younger. You just have to be happy. If something makes you happy, just find your happiness. Go towards your happiness. Okay, guys, now it is time. Let's bring him on over. Here he is. Okay, I was going to call you Cancers. Okay, Capricorns, think of those questions, and now it is time to ask. Oh, mystical, magical ape, the ball, the mightiest ball of all the balls in the world. What is the answer to Capricorn's question? It says, outlook good. There you guys go. The April has spoken. I hope you all have a wonderful few months, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.